This is a story about friendship. I thought it would be fun to start a true and honest YouTube channel centered around everyone's favorite TikTok personality, Nova Online. And what did we talk about on that channel? You know, nothing much. Bro could do a neck reveal and it would go crazy. Then we've got a couple of inches here. The only type of inches Nova has. Nova kind of looks like he was conceived at a truck stop. He'll never admit to being a big chome, but he'll admit to being a disgusting slime-covered hog monster, and we take what we can get around here. I used to laugh to myself with how small my subscriber count is compared to other lolcow commentators. Nova will never find my channel. Boy, was I wrong. It started small with just one comment on my community tab. I looked at the comment in disbelief. I couldn't believe that the Nova Online would comment on such a small creator's post. I thought surely this would be the only time that the social media giant would grace my humble channel. And yeah, I was wrong about that too. Comment after comment, the big man himself showed his support. And I thought, wow, this Nova guy, he really cares about small creators and fostering a positive community. Right when I thought Nova couldn't be more supportive of the greasy middle finger, he took things to the next level.
Jalapenos, lettuce, tomato, and mayo. I can't say the name of this burger on—
And mayo. I can't see the—
That's right. Nova gave me a shout out on his TikTok. I watched the screen in confusion. I thought only the big boys got the shout outs. The Chin, Smokey, Kiwi, not little ol' me.
Every single person who has wronged me. Kiwi, Smokey, sensitive society.
Naturally, I did my best with this newfound clout, and the only way I knew how to stay humble was to make more videos. After all, that's what Nova would want. But then one day, everything changed. Nova started complaining that trollsome channels were stealing his content. So, I did what Nova would want me to do, which was to talk about his problem so that more people could know about his plight. But, Nova, if we want to talk about stealing, Nova steals content all the time. When Nova opens his Pokemon cards, the first thing he does is just steal that jingle from another creator that opens Pokemon cards.
I paid $1,000 for this box of Pokemon cards, so let's pick up 2 packs and play.
Should I open it or should I keep it sealed?
Let's play. Should I open it or should I keep it sealed?
Nova here is not changing the jingle in any way. It's just a straight ripoff. So Nova, I think it's rich that you're talking about stealing. A lot of stuff you do is straight up ripping off. But I don't want to hear it. But little did I know, that video I made would change Novistory forever.
I got a few packs of Pokemon cards in my stocking. So let's play the new series name, Rip It and Clip It. That's right, I'm done piggybacking off of other content creators' names, so the new series name is called Rip It
Nova
or
Universe
Clip
on
It.
TikTok.
The very next Pokemon pack opening TikTok that he posted after my video about the stolen jingle came out, he changed the name of the series. Maybe at this point you're thinking, wow, this greasy bitch, she didn't change Novistory. That's just a coincidence. Well, maybe so. How could this small, insignificant channel have such an influence in something as big as a whole universe? Was it really my video that made Nova change the name of the Pokemon series? After all, people had been in his comment section saying he'd been stealing that jingle for months. So that's why I find it strange that he happened to change the name of the series directly after my video. Did I really change the history of Nova's channel? Or was I letting all the attention from Nova get to me? That's up for debate, I suppose. But there is one thing that isn't up for debate, and that's the fact that Nova had become such a big fan of mine.
I'm large and fake Speth are so bad.
He literally can't stop stealing from Chin.
Although I think Greasy Middlefinger is worse than I'm large.
2i for stupid, Chin, and even Greasy's videos. I'm not sure who Greasy is. I know who the others are.
Oh, I shouldn't have said that!
Greasy makes good videos?
Now Greasy's gonna gain another fan.
Purity, ask him about should I open or should I keep it sealed, where he stole from a card opener creator for months. So does he do anything, like, on his own?
He even began supporting my live streams. Oh, Nova's here. Nova, get out of here. Do you have nothing better to do? Seriously. Nova, you see my video last night? Think it was funny? Do you agree that you're Lumpy Space Prince? Nova, you suck, dude. You suck more. Oh, thank you, Pookie. At least I don't suck eggs. You know, in high school, you know how they vote for, you know, most likely to whatever? Nova was most likely to suck eggs. Just like Squidward. And remember, nobody wants to be a Squidward. I'm such a small presence on YouTube. I'm not a threat to him at all. He could ignore me and his life would be so much better for it. But no, he wants to he's choosing to fill his life with my musings of him instead of just ignoring it and moving on with his life and doing something. I was voted most likely to be on The Voice, you wanker. This guy's got jokes. Do we believe that? No, I don't believe it. I need receipts. We've heard your singing. Man, you stink. Can you guys think of anyone else who singing is worse than Noah's? The answer is no. The answer is no. What if, you know, his high school cohorts, you know, it was a joke? Noah just doesn't know it was a joke, that he was voted to most likely be on The Voice. I was so surprised by his appearance that I didn't have anything prepared for his arrival. So our interaction was small, but still meaningful. He even gave me a cute nickname, and he felt comfortable sharing a part of his past with me. This chat message about his singing got me thinking of a rumor I heard a long time ago from one of Nova's old schoolmates.
I think we all know who Nova is. This weirdo. I went to middle school with him. No, he was not a band kid. He was a choir kid. I was in the select choir. It was an all-girls choir. You had to audition for it. It was only for the 8th graders. And he was not happy that he wasn't in it. So he made his own choir outside of school and invited a whole bunch of girls that were in the select choir and the regular, like, extracurricular choir. He invited a whole bunch of us over to his house with an invitation that said, you have to be comfortable using exercise machines for music videos. So as you can see, this was from May 27th, 2017. At this time, we both would have been in 7th grade. So Gabe, Nova, whatever, sent me this text message. He wanted us to pick songs for the choir, so those were the songs of mine that he chose, whatever. He sent me his address, and I asked if my friend could come with me because I was uncomfortable because he had been pressuring me over and over and again at school, telling me, like, do you have an answer yet? Do you have an answer yet? So I just told him yes to get out of it. I didn't end up going, so I have no idea what happened, like, there. But he wanted us to use exercise machines for a music video, and he was very, very mad at me for not going, and he made it very obvious. He was telling people that he was really mad at me, and then I stabbed him in the back. But that was short-lived because in middle school we had a thing called Friday sharing, and it was you'd put your name on the list, and on Friday we would go through the list, and when your name was up, you got to perform. So I was there in class, and he comes up and he asks 5 or 6 of us to go up to the front of the class with him, and we're like, okay. This dude proceeds to sing Love Me Like You Do by Elle Goulding and basically Magic Mike, like, lap dance that, and our teacher had to stop it because we were all uncomfortable. We all were just sitting there like. He was also really touchy, like, with girls. I cannot tell you a single girl that I went to middle school with that was not uncomfortable around him because he was always, like, grabbing you, feeling you some other way. This video haunts my dreams. This was my 7th grade choir concert. So in this video, he's the one in the red, and I'm the one on the end of the microphones in a gray shirt. Here is us dancing. Yeah, Nova and I went to middle school together, and it was just as traumatizing as it sounds.
It seems to me that Nova was very popular among his schoolmates, especially the choir ones. So, is it possible that he was indeed voted most likely to be on The Voice and not voted most likely to suck eggs? Nova called me out on that, like I deserved. After that live stream, I vowed to not let Nova down on the next one, so I booted up another live stream on a different day, prepared with entertaining questions for him. Oh, Nova's here. Y'all are more likely to be chums than I am. Falsely accusing someone prevents the arrest of actual chums. Okay, Nova, since you're here, I want to ask you something. I would love for you to clear your name. Can you explain for me the latest, or not the latest, I don't know if it's the latest one. Everyone's always accusing you of stuff, so I don't know if it's the latest, but the one interview Bludspeth did of where he had, at the time where you were talking with her, an alleged year-old girl who used to talk to you in 2024. She claims she had messages with you, and there was receipts, and she claims that you knew she was. And at the time in 2024, you were 19 and 20, which is too big of an age gap. And in these messages, you would often have unalive talks with her, which is totally inappropriate. And come on, man, that's such a scummy thing to do. I want to know if these allegations are true. What is your side of the story? I would love to know that. And no response from the chum. Yeah, the silence is very reassuring. And I don't think I've ever heard Nova explain when he was following some baby fur Facebook thing. This person who had these screenshots here with Nova that did this interview with Bludspeth, they were the person who, remember when Nova was exposed for being having minors in his Discord like the second time, or I don't know which time it was, but one of his people in the Discord had on their bio, what the age they were, and it was like or whatever. It was this person. Nova must have left the live stream before he could answer my questions so he could do chores for his mother, because everyone knows him as a great son. That's totally in character for him.
6, 7. My mom doesn't want me saying that anymore. Gabriel. What?
Determined to get an answer, I asked the same question on a different live stream, and this was the response we got.
Novine Universe, signing off.
Well, I went right in front of that salute. That was at least a 4. He was losing the battle. He's here. Was he really? I see a tomato. He is here! Nova! We've been talking about you. Believe it or not. Why are there so many flies in your room? Why'd you have to call me a wanker? That hurt my feelings. You're f***ing obsessed with me at this point. You're the one on my stream. If you just stayed in your lane and I stayed in mine, we wouldn't have to talk. But you're the one contacting me. I'm just throwing that out there. The one I specifically want to know is the one with Bludspeth, the one I asked you about last time. I'm just wondering if that was you, and if you were talking about all that unaliving talk with that year-old girl when you were 19 and 20. There's a reason I call him fake Speth. Well, then explain. Explain. You don't explain anything. Was that girl lying about all those screenshots? It really seemed like it was you. You would say all those things. That's exactly how those screenshots were of you talking to that girl. That's exactly how you talk to your chat when you're depressed after you lose a job. You talk the same damn way. So it's really easy for me to believe that that is you. No one really cares about your reviews. People just want to know the truth, and you don't say anything about it. You should make TikToks about it. Why don't you do that? She was lying. She was a troll the whole time. Okay, so how was she a troll the whole time? Can you explain? Was she lying? Did you ever talk to her? Was she trolling you? Was she just a troll to Bludspeth and made all that up? I may have to pound town some people. No, but you can't pound town my chat. I'm sorry, but you can't pound town my chat. I can't ban them from your chat, but I can ban them from mine. Okay, cool. No, but we're getting off topic. We were just saying that you like to distract when you get asked difficult questions. And these, if you're innocent, these shouldn't be difficult questions. No, we never played Fortnite. Okay. So you did other things then, if you didn't play Fortnite. That's what you make it sound like. It said, no, we never played Fortnite. So that means you did other things. Super chat. You know, my live streams are strictly 18 plus. No, that's not even what I'm asking you. I don't even want anyone watching me. Why aren't you answering my questions, dude? Everyone thinks that you did a podcast with a 15-year-old girl. And when I heard your podcast, I admit she sounded pretty young. Can you explain what your relationship with Sia was like and how old she was? Redemption arc Nova. Yeah, someone's rooting for Nova. I think Nova's gone, guys. He said we never played Fortnite. Because he didn't say she was a fake person, she made everything up. He said we never played Fortnite. And then he tried to distract me after that, so... What a relief to hear that Nova didn't play Fortnite with her. But my relief was quickly replaced with foreboding, as I realized that this chat message didn't deny the existence of this girl, but in fact did the opposite. Nova loves my work so much that he's using this really funny joke I made in all his recent videos. You know the whole bee kick that Nova is on right now? Well, that's probably all thanks to Mama Greasy. This next cool cat is maybe the coolest of all the cats, cause he's got a hat. Flesh-colored star for Mimi Wawa, which is his nickname because it's short for Micellar Water, which is his full name. Because why wouldn't this cat be named Micellar Water? If I had to name this cat over again, I name it Bicellar Water, but that's just me. My bee video came out on January 22nd, and Nova's first bee TikTok came out 2 days later on January 24th. Talk about a coincidence. This also means that Nova probably watches my videos until the very end, because this bee appeared at the end of my video. What a good friend. But how can we be sure that Nova borrowed a joke I did? We can't. All we can do is speculate. But after all, the bee was a big meme back in my day. Nova was only in diapers when this meme came out. He's still in diapers today, but that's not the point here. The point is that Nova and I are friends. And like in any good friendship, you call each other out on their bullshit. And no matter what Nova calls me or how he treats me, I will be there to call him out on his bullshit, because that's what a true and honest friend would do.